Joe Montgomery from educationlawyers.com. College students right now, we see, are facing two main issues. The first issue being AI, issues with AI, of course. And the next issue that we're seeing too often are issues with Honorlock and similar test proctoring software, specifically Honorlock. So what is Honorlock and what to do if you face a proctor pop? If you've ever experienced a proctor pop, you know what it is. You're in the middle of your test, everything pauses, a chat box appears, you may be asked to do different things. Show your cell phone, turn off your cell phone. In the past, a room scan, which in most, if not all areas, have been deemed an invasion of privacy. So room scans are no longer allowed. This is a guide for college students and other students who are dealing with or who want to avoid, ideally, if we can avoid it, let's avoid it, issues with Honorlock. What is Honorlock? So like I said, the two main issues plaguing college students in exams and academic integrity concerns are AI and test proctoring software. Honorlock is both. It's AI based, which leads to its own problems. One of which we see is an inability to distinguish between students and students who may have disabilities, who may not present in the same way as other students who are taking tests, which is a very important factor to consider and one that we don't believe Honorlock has appropriately or effectively considered. AI-powered online proctoring system monitors your webcam, your microphone, and your screen, and potentially has traps set up over the internet. While they can't necessarily monitor your web activity, there are instances where certain websites are set up that can tell through cookies and other tracking like that when you're visiting them, if it's during the test time, if it's a question similar to what's on the test. So it's powerful software. It monitors your webcam, your microphone, and your screen, and colleges are using it to prevent academic misconduct, or at least attempt to, and to ensure integrity during online exams. Is it effective? I've seen a lot of issues. What's a proctor pop? An alert triggered by Honorlock for potential violations. If your face is off the screen, if they detect a device, if you're using an Apple product, this is probably the most important thing you'll learn today, because this scenario has led to many mistakes that I've seen on Honorlock's side. If you're logged into your iCloud account, and you have an iPad somewhere, right, in another room, nowhere near you. Someone uses that iPad, you'll get what's called the Apple handoff icon will appear on your toolbar at the bottom, and it'll look like a little cell phone or an iPad on top of potentially the Google Chrome app. And Honorlock will read this as you using a secondary device, and the secondary device tells your computer that it's being used, and it pops up, and Honorlock can see that. So one piece of advice, if there's anything you want to take away from this, that if you do use the Apple ecosystem and if you're logged into your iCloud, log out prior to taking your exam. Again, just in case you have a device somewhere. A lot of people run their homes on iPads. They don't even realize someone's using their iPad to go on the internet or something else, and they're taking an exam, and it looks as though they themselves have used their Apple device. Not good. Again, triggers: looking away from the screen, background noises or conversations, unauthorized use of material. So if they see you, looking down too often or writing, and it's not a test where scratch paper is approved, that could potentially lead to a proctor pop. What do you do if you're accused, right? And when the proctor pop happens, what's going to happen again is there's going to be a text box, and then the AI alerts a human agent who will start asking you questions. Is your cell phone nearby? You'll show your cell phone, and they want you to touch it and demonstrate that your cell phone's powered off. If your cell phone's on, they'll ask you to turn it off in front of them and throw it backwards. So best just not to have cell phones or devices or anything like that nearby. Review the accusation, right? Just because there's a proctor pop or some other flag doesn't necessarily mean it's going to lead to an accusation, but it could, and generally it does. So review the accusation, understand the specific allegations, get whatever evidence you can, and avoid making any statements until you really see all the information that the school or the professor is presenting to demonstrate that there could have been a potential academic integrity violation. Even, I didn't mean to do it, or I'm sorry, apologies like this could be used against you. So it's best to get the information, understand the information. You have a right to this information, and you don't have to necessarily make a statement right away. It's best to review the information first. Then step 3, right? Step 1, review the accusation, avoid admitting fault. We'd recommend contacting us at educationlawyers.com, of course. If not us, someone else, right? Get an attorney who's experienced in education law to review the facts and circumstances of your case, because it could be an issue that requires, potential, an attorney guidance, but also maybe expert guidance, maybe someone who has an understanding of AI. Maybe there's a disability issue at play. Maybe there's some other technological issue at play. We see a lot of the same issues over and over. So it would be in your best interest to contact a firm like ours, or alternatively, another firm who really understands education law and who understands Honorlock specifically and academic integrity violations. We focus on this type of cases. There are other firms that do as well. So look around, find the firm that's the right fit for you. You want to protect your academic record and your future, and you want fair treatment above all, right? You want to know that what the school is accusing you of. You want the due process that you're afforded, whether it's a private school or public school. It could be different levels of due process, but whatever due process is available, you want to make sure you maximize your access to that due process. And the right attorney or advocate can assist with that. And that's really it. But again, my main advice with Honorlock is if you're using Apple products, sign out of iCloud. That can really help you avoid unintentional flags where you're not cheating, but from the AI point of view and even the school's point of view, it could look like that if you do have the handoff icon appear at the bottom of your screen. We wish you luck as more and more classes go online. We're going to see more and more issues with softwares like Honorlock, and we're here to support you if you ever face such an issue.